Judge Death, leader of the Dark Judges and the embodiment of death itself. In an alternate dimension, there was once a young boy named Sidney Death. A sadistic child thrilled by inflicting pain upon others, he would murder 3 bullies from his school. Later, joining the judges of his universe, he would take great pleasure in dispensing the sentence of death, legally murdering people as and when he saw fit. Nicknamed Judge Death due to his frequent sentences of death, one could arguably call Sidney a psychopath. Sidney had a twisted vision for his world, believing that life itself was a crime. Due to crimes only being committed by the living, he sought to eliminate all life and thus eradicate all crime. Coming across the Sisters of Death, witches, they used their dark magic on Sidney and transformed him into the monster now known as Judge Death. His catchphrase, "The crime is life, the sentence is death," began to ring out as he cleansed his world of all crime. Not alone, the Sisters of Death and fellow Dark Judges, Judge Fear, Judge Fire, and Judge Mortis, would accompany Death on his mission. The population decimated, the planet empty, they left Deadworld in search of more crimes to sentence. Crossing dimensions and reaching Mega City 1, the Dark Judge would kill hundreds before Judge Dredd managed to stop him. Destroying Death's body, he became a spectral being. Taking control of Judge Anderson due to her strong psychic abilities, he didn't bank on being trapped by her though, and had to wait until his fellow Dark Judges followed him and freed him. The Dark Judges, now together, began slaughtering thousands. Their crime, of course, was life itself. They would intermittently strike, always to be thwarted by Judge Dredd and Anderson, until the Sisters of Death crossed the dimension and arrived in Mega City 1. With the Dark Judges and the Sisters together, they created the Necropolis, casting judgment on 60 million criminals, all sentenced to death. As you would expect, Necropolis would fall. The Dark Judges would be no more, save for Death. Being captured once more and plotting escapes, he would have his final plan come to fruition in 2124. Keeping his escape a secret, he began murdering children in an effort to lure Anderson to him. Anderson being his greatest threat to permanent freedom. Ambushing her, he put Anderson in a coma so she was unable to use her psychic abilities against him. Not merely just that, he planted a pestilent spirit within her. Upon waking, she would unleash the plague on the people of Mega City 1. Anderson, being far smarter than he suspected, remained in the coma out of her own free will. Death, now free, began walking the cursed earth, handing out sentences where he saw fit, murdering and taking life, purging of the ultimate crime. Through his solitude, he had an epiphany. Sentencing on a mass scale would be far more effective. Seeking out a bunker full of nuclear weapons, he was now armed to effectively sentence criminals on a wider scale. Destroying Las Vegas and attempting to destroy Mega City 1, he was stopped by the anti-missile system. The judges, not aware of Death and his newfound nuclear missiles, fired a bunker buster at the installation, believing it to be merely an old bunker becoming active. Death's body now destroyed and his spirit in the astral plane, he was to be judged. An angel by the name of Hocus Ritter, a victim of Judge Death's sentencing, had since become an angel. The judge now being judged, Hocus began beating Death to the ground. Weakened and beaten, Death was then dragged into hell by all the vengeful ghosts he had put there. 10 years of hell would await him, until freedom would appear. The Death Sisters came for him, and together they began to search for his brothers. The Dark Judges would be reunited at the home of a serial killer, and that is where Death's story would end. For now. I always liked Judge Death, a great contrasting character for Dredd to go against. And if anyone remembers the Judge Dredd game that came out in 2003, what a great villain for the game. Had you heard of Judge Death? When were you first introduced to him? Personally, one of the reasons why I really like the game is that it introduced the lore to so many people and also introduced Judge Death to a wider audience that otherwise may never have encountered this character. So guys, if you want to see more Judge Dredd related videos, then please hit the subscribe button to stay notified. And if you did enjoy this video, then please consider leaving a like, as it does help the channel out. You can also find links to my social media and Patreon in the description box below. I've been Mr. H, and until next time, I'll catch you in the comment section.